Hey guys, so I'm gonna do this is sort of like late in the game. Excuse you. My dog just like sneezed. Come here. Hi. It's a little late in the game for the month, but I've kind of been reading casually some of these books. But this is my TBR for August, and it's really aggressive, which I'm excited about. So the first book I have is Meet Me at the Museum. This is a book by Youngson. It's basically about a professor in Denmark and a woman who lives on a farm in England, and she writes a letter to the place where this professor works, thinking she was writing to somebody else, and it turned out that that person had passed away, so her and this man had started a correspondence. And yeah, it just sounds really cute. And also what I really like about this is the author is of a more mature age, and this is her first book, so I really love how she's trying something new, like a little later in life. I think that's really cool. The next book I have is Revenge Wears Prada, Lauren Weisberger. It's basically the sequel to The Devil Wears Prada, and it takes place 10 years later after Andy Sachs quit her job working for Miranda Priestley, the runway lady, and just kind of like what her life is like then. And I really enjoy The Devil Wears Prada. I read it quite a while ago. I think I was in college, but I love the movie, and I'm just like interested to see what happens to the characters in the future. The next book I got is The Boy book, and this is Lockhart. This is like a young adult book, and I picked this up super randomly. It's just like, it's like people in high school, like girls in high school, and like figuring out boys and that whole thing. And I think it's I don't know, it's like a little young for me, but I'm kind of excited because I feel like it's very like, it's young, but I feel like my summer reading I used to always do when I was really young, so I think it's gonna bring me back a little bit for that. So I'm excited about it. It's just about a girl, and she's starting her junior year, and just everything that goes along with that, and her and her friends in the first book. This is like the second book. I didn't even read the first book. I don't even know what I'm doing with this. But I think in the first book, her and her friends have like a falling out, basically, and but they like have collected all this data about boys and what to do in certain situations with boys and that sort of thing. So yeah. The next book I have is The One, Kiera Cass. This is the third book in the Selection series. I've been so obsessed with the Selection series, like out of nowhere, which I feel like I've talked about so much on this channel, but like I very rarely like read a series like back to back to back, and I'm trying to like space it out because I don't want it to end super soon, but I love it a lot, and I'm very excited to see what happens in this book. And then my next book I have is Summer Days and Summer Nights, which I got last year on Book Outlet, and it's just 12 love stories. And I remember last year I got it kind of like in the middle of the summer, and I had so much else to read, and I remember being like, I'm going to read that next summer, and it's summer, so I am going to make sure I read this book. Then I have Winnie the Pooh. I got this originally for the Reading Rush, my Reading Rush TBR, and it came kind of late, and I like kind of failed the Reading Rush. I didn't even do like a wrap up or anything. It was just terrible. I did a really bad job, and it's fine, whatever. But yeah, I got this. I think it's a sweet story, a sweet book, and I don't even know if I've actually read the book. I feel like I did a really long time ago, but I feel like Winnie the Pooh has all these like really nice life lessons that are kind of tied up, like it's like a children's book, but the lessons that they teach and like all the quotes and things that you see from Winnie the Pooh books are just really nice reminders of how to be a good person and how to look at things the right way. And I feel like it'll just be like a nice refresher for how to exist in life as a good person. The next book I have is Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller. This is a book I also got on Book Outlet, I feel like last summer. And it's just about a 17-year-old pirate captain, Alosa, allowing herself to be captured by her enemies to give her the perfect opportunity to search their ship. And I really don't know much else more than that, but it just seems cute. I've seen like mixed things about it, to be honest, so I'm excited to see what I think about it. The next book I have is The Night Circus, Erin Morgenstern. I legit picked this up from Barnes & Noble. I don't know if you can see it, but I thought this cover and everything was so beautiful, and that's legit why I picked it up. But it's basically, I don't even know what this is about. I really legit have no idea. I just picked it up because I thought it was pretty. The circus arrives without warning. No announcements precede it. It's simply there when yesterday it was not. Within the black and white striped canvas tents is an utterly unique experience full of breathtaking amazement. It's called Le Cirque de Rêve and is only open at night. But behind the scenes, a fierce competition is underway. A duel between two young magicians, Celia and Marco, who have been trained since childhood expressly for this purpose by their mercurial instructors. Unbeknownst to them, this is a game in which only one can be left standing. Amidst the high stakes, Celia and Marco soon tumble headfirst into love, setting off a domino effect of dangerous consequences and leaving the lives of everyone from the performers to the patrons hanging in the balance. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I'm excited about that. And the last book I have is also on my failed TBR for the reading rush, but it's Holy Cow by David Duchovny. It's about Elsie Bovary, a cow, and I think it's told from her perspective because I think I picked it originally for like the animal perspective for the reading rush. So yeah, I'm really excited. So it's on TBR. It's aggressive. It's big. But I'm excited because I wanted to I used to read so much in the summer for summer reading, and I wanted to get back into that. So that's why, and that's pretty much it for that.
And when she was sad, I was there to dry her tears. And when she was happy, so was I. When she loved me. Through the summer and the fall, we had each other, that was all. Just she and I together, like it was meant to be. And when she was lonely, I was there to comfort her. And I knew that she loved me.
Was I boring you?
Good sneeze. Ew! I had that all on video. Vlogger, and we just ate everything at Bob's Big Boy, and I didn't vlog one thing. Right, Paul?
Yeah.
Every time we got something, we were like, we ate it, and then we were like, oh, that would have been good to vlog. So I'm just vlogging right now to let you know that I'm a terrible vlogger, and I did all this build up to Bob's Big Boy and then just didn't vlog one thing. But I will say that we're extremely full and we're about to die. So, and we were gonna actually go and do some more stuff, go read somewhere, but we're going home so we can just space out in a food coma now. And that's our Saturday.
Okay. Oh my gosh, you're so nuts. You're nuts. All right, hey, I'm gonna do a little wrap up of the books I've read so far this week. So what I got done was Meet Me at the Museum by Youngson. I really loved it. It was quite lovely. I had a bit of trouble getting into it initially because it was told just all in letter form, and not that it was I kind of love it because I like different forms of storytelling, but it took a second to get into it, and then it was a little bit dry. It was basically, they talked a lot about this statue at the museum where the main guy works, and it was just the history behind it. I was kind of okay, I mean, I guess it made sense as the story progressed, and it was good, but before I was just I'd really love to get into the relationship part. But once it did, and once we started delving into their lives, it was so lovely and beautiful, and I kind of saw some of the twists and turns coming a little bit, but I thought it was really well done. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it so much more than I thought I would, and I highly recommend it. It was just lovely. The next book I read was Revenge Wears Prada, Lauren Weisberger. I also really liked this. I mean, it wasn't the most inspired read. Obviously, it was just a fun read, but I loved the movie Devil Wears Prada. I also read the book, But in the movie, like, I just loved Emily Blunt and Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep, and I just loved how everyone played their parts. So when I was reading this, I kept feeling like I was watching a movie because I could just so clearly visualize all the scenes with all of these actors playing these characters. So it was just a very vivid reading experience for me. Like, once again, there was like some twists and turns that like were kind of like obvious in the way they led up to them, were like it's a little overplayed. But I really liked it, and there were some things that like were revealed that I actually did not expect, even though I probably should have seen it coming. So it was kind of like 50-50 for that with me, but I loved how it turned out. I was really pleased with the ending, and I also gave this 4 out of 5 stars. It was just a really nice book, and I thought, you know, the imagery was really solid, and I don't know how much of that was like from the movies and me experiencing those, and how much of it was like the writing, but you know, I just really liked it, and I legit felt like I watched a movie from reading this book. Like, it was really good. And then I don't know, like about a third of the way done with The Boy Book by E. Lockhart. And it's just like I thought it would be. It's just this cute, like, high school summer read. It's just like cute to read stories about girls who like don't know what they're doing with boys, and who are just like really inexperienced and just like doing all this stuff for the first time. It's just super sweet, and like I don't know, it just like brings me back to high school and like all of that, and I just like kind of have missed it, and it's just nice. It's just refreshing and innocent and sweet, and I'm really enjoying this book so far for what it is. It's, you know, once again, like, it's not like anything groundbreaking, but I think it's just really sweet and well done. And even though it's the second book in the series, because for some reason I didn't think reading the first book was a good idea, even though it's the second book, I think they're doing a great job of explaining, you know, you get the gist of what's going on. Like, her friends from the first book are talking to her because of a boy situation, and just like kind of all the drama that's ensued from that. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I really like it. So I recommend it so far. We'll see how it turns out in my next little wrap up of all my reading stuff. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching my vlog. I think I'm gonna try to do vlogs weekly so I can kind of get my reading stuff in there, but also maybe some other stuff about my life in kind of a more like interesting way. This vlog wasn't great. I've discovered I'm really poor at vlogging. I still don't know if I like vlogging. I really like editing vlogs, but I don't know how I feel about it. So it's just something I'm going to try up again. Like, I decided I didn't like it, so I stopped and just did different videos, but I think I'm going to try one more time and see if I can like get it together. I realize like I'm not good because things happen and I'm experiencing them, and I never think to pull out my camera, but I'm gonna just try to splice something together every week. It might not be like the most inspired things, but it's mostly as a vehicle to get my reading stuff out in a more interesting way. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe below, hit the notification bell. I do vlogs now, music, funny videos. Sometimes funny videos and music are combined. And that's pretty much it. Thanks guys. I'm Nicole.